Happy Easter, amazing people out there. This is a period, a long awaited period. Many have fasted, many have taken away time to reflect, think about things happening in their lives, think about life in general. Moses Mikisha is my name. I'm one of the Euroforum hosts. I also have two other colleagues, Samantha living in Finland and Smogi living in Denmark. We shall be sharing our Easter greetings on behalf of Euroforum. Samantha will be sharing the spiritual perspective. I'll give an insight of how Norwegians or people living in Norway celebrate Easter. And Smogi will also give us a deeper perspective of how the Danish or people living in Denmark celebrate Easter. We're looking forward to sharing this with you, and of course we shall expect that someone could be living some other part of the world where you feel you could drop a message somewhere of how those people where you live celebrate Easter. Keep your eyes on Euroforum.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am more than delighted to be here with you. My name is Samantha Elf, a host on Euroforum Uganda, and I am based in Finland. So I am here today to share with you a message from Finland that talks about Easter. But before I do that, allow me dig into next week's discussion, where I will be hosting and talking about interracial relationships. Come join in and let's share, let's discuss the pros and cons of interracial relationships. I can't wait to see you all. Please come one, and come all. Back to today's topic. Before I talk about what Easter means to me as a person and why we celebrate Easter as Christians, I just hope that this message actually brings a lot of peace, a lot of joy, and a lot of healing to you all, to you that is listening in, and also to your loved ones. Easter to me as a person is a time that reminds me of God's love for mankind. It is a time that reminds me of how much God loved the world, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but actually have everlasting life. This is reflected in John chapter 3 verse 16. Yeah? During this time of Easter, we do actually remember Jesus' resurrection. Why is that so? Why did Jesus actually resurrect, and why do we celebrate his resurrection? Well, we do that during Easter, and it is entirely because he is the divine Son of God, and he is truly the promised Messiah. So to me, that is what Easter is all about. Allow me also to share with you a verse from the Bible that is found in Matthew chapter 15 and verse 9. This verse talks about how we cannot only call upon his name, Jesus, but rather should accompany that name with acts that glorify his Father in heaven. Lastly but not least, allow me say that because the greatest commandment of all is love, let's always remember to love one another. Let us love one another and also love our neighbor just like we love ourselves, because when we do that, we are actually glorifying God. And when we do that, we shall earn blessings from God. Our reward will be awaiting us in heaven. Thank you very much for listening. I remain Samantha, and I just wish you all a splendid, blessed, and a happy Easter for you all and your loved ones. Be good, take care, and God bless you all. Until next Sunday, 16th, stay good. Bye for now. I'm out.
I welcome you back from Finland. We are in Norway here right now. Moses Mugisha is my name, and I'm also sharing an insight of how Easter is celebrated by people living in Norway. With me here, I have the popular påske egg, the Easter egg. This is very, very popular amongst children. It's what is given as a gift to children. When you open it, candies and give this to a child in Norway, you're done with Easter. But I'll just take this very quick. I'll categorize it in food, activities, and the general perspective of Easter in Norway. In Norway is known to have one of the longest Easter breaks. The Holy Week starts on Monday, and those in the education sector, schools close on Friday, last Friday. So from Monday, it's a Holy Week. About the food, there is a popular type of soda here. Those living in Norway, you know this brand, Solo. That is popular during Easter. And then there is a type of fish called rak fish. That is also one of the foods eaten during Easter. Basically that, of course, lamb short, people blend it, the mutton, some people blend it in as part of that. When it comes to gifts, yellow roses mark so much of Easter. To many people, giving out this is enough for an Easter present. Norwegians are known for generally celebrating moments, regardless of what the sentiments attached to it. This is a religious day, a religious period. But for Norwegians, Easter is more of family time. Norwegians travel away from the city or busy places and go to their country houses. They call them Yahita. And more to that, it's a time to merry-make, have fun. But in line with activities, it's time where they have the last touch of skiing, or what we call here ski. So, but from my perspective, from the religious perspective, I look at Easter as making a U-turn in life. On Sunday, Jesus resurrected, and we'll take that context away from the religious perspective and look at this as resurrecting from something, making a U-turn. I want to challenge you, having already done it with myself. Is there something you'd love or you've thought of as making a U-turn from? Something you think it's worth dropping, something that is worth giving up, something that you need to walk away from, something you would love to resurrect from, a new you from the old you. That is my social perspective of Easter, away from the religious one. I want to wish you a very great Easter. Enjoy. And Smogi, my colleague in Denmark, will be also coming in to share a bit of our Easter. It's celebrated in Denmark. Be blessed. Thank you.
Oh, springtime is a time of wonders. It's a time of life, from the dark seasons of winter. When it comes to winter, it's always dark. So, I think this Easter comes in a period where, there's change of also, the time has changed. The plant kingdom is also gaining life. That's why you see now the plants are coming up. The green is coming up. The flowers are coming up. Even the animals are getting some bit of life. They're picking up. But thank you very much, Mr. Mugisha, for giving us an insight of how the Norwegians celebrate the Easter. It's not so much distant away from what the Danes do. Actually, yes, much as there is God, but the Danes, there is kind of people who believe in their tradition, even though their faith in God, I'll say it's questionable to someone who looks at faith in terms of going to church. I'm trying to mean most Danes are not churchgoers. Fun enough, the church and the state, they tally, they work together. That's why you see there is a tax, church tax, which is taken from citizen that goes to this church. For some reason, you see that the Church of Denmark is being facilitated by the state in a way. And, the offering you tend to give and the tithe, mostly such money stays between the church there and it's given to charities, in my own perception, or the way I've observed from the time I came to Denmark. If you look at the Danish church, if it's a little bit related to the Scottish Protestant kind of church. That's how I look at it. And when we come to the key point of celebrating Easter, with the Danes, trust me, you can't take it away from the food world. I don't know, there's magic when it comes to food, but when talk about going to church, it's a little bit tricky. Most of the Danes are not churchgoers, and when it comes to Easter, it's more of the days they're going to relax. It's a more of a time for them, mostly the workers, to revamp. And then, we have here, Mr. Mugisha said around 10 days. For us here, we have like a 5-day holiday, mostly for the workers. Like the students, yes, schools are closed, and they tend to have the whole week. I'll look at it as a holy week, where from Monday the schools are closed, so students are on holiday. Students are on holidays. They tend to go back now on the next week, which will be a Tuesday. And besides that, public holiday and public offices, very many people really, they tend close, or workers, they tend close on Wednesday. And actually on Wednesday there's too much shopping in preparation for the Holy Thursday, Good Friday. Then Saturday, it's a little bit tricky. They tend to open some limited shops as they prepare for the Easter day, which will be on Sunday. So basically, if you don't shop on Wednesday, it becomes a little uncomfortable for you to survive these 2 days, which is Thursday and Friday. So that means you have to prepare yourself on Saturday, at least for some few shops which are open. You go, you buy something, and then you can survive the next 2 days when people are still in their holidays. When it comes to public transport, actually, in Easter, it's normal. Yeah, public transport, away from other sectors which are all closed, but the public sector is still on point. I'll just say briefly that for you who has not been to Denmark and you're planning to come to enjoy Denmark within the Easter festival, trust me, you're hitting a wrong note. It's not the best. One, the country tends to be a little bit cold. I mean, it tends to be silent. When it comes to family, on Christmas and Easter, these people really know, the Danes really know how to fuse, to come back with family and the bonding. So it runs us to the activities which are done when they go back to their families. Like I said, they're not so much churchgoers, but at least they have the bond of family, which is really great. For God says, where many are amorous between them. It gives maybe some sense. Besides, buildings, church is not a building, but what sits in your heart. What they eat is more like a brunch. That's what I've seen. Too much of that brown bread. It's too much brown bread, salad. Salad can come in different forms, where there's also mayonnaise, and there is salmon fish is also there, eggs. It's that Posca focused is like Easter. Actually, in the terms of Easter, they call it also Posca. So there's not too much different from what Mr. Mugisha, you've also explained from Norway, but nevertheless, there are also activities like for the kids, where they're looking for eggs. These are chocolate eggs they tend to put in the gardens, mostly those who go to family in the village, and they tend to have those games. They hide eggs. The more eggs you go out and find, you become the winner, because there is chocolate in. When it comes to drinks, Yeah, like normal drinks, I've seen you people celebrating sodas, Mr. Mugisha there. But in Denmark, the Tubo World also makes the Påska beer, yeah, Easter beer. So you find a lot of activities. Some of them are doing, going to maybe their summer houses to do some bit of gardening. Some of them prepare their gardens, as in, like the way I told you, this spring, the sun is always there, comes out slowly. Everything is coming back to life. No wonder. Also, life comes in when Christ resurrected. Things tend to be life. So this kind of life, it's a revamp for almost the Danes. And by the time they come back on Tuesday to work, trust me, there's full energy and they're ready to work to capacity. But nevertheless, this is a season where, when it comes to the Catholic world, they've been into their, fasting. Yet our Muslim brothers are also doing their Ramadan, and I'll take this opportunity on behalf of Euroforum to say Ramadan Kareem to all our Muslim brothers, and enjoy your Ramadan. Wish you all the best. But all in all, from the Euroforum, we just want to say thank you for all being with us every time when you log in. But away from that, there's nothing much I can say about Easter. Just to say, go and, amend your spiritual vows with whatever you believe in. AKA Smoggy, on behalf of the Euroforum, allow us to say happy festive season of Easter.